We are here at my house in Nashville. My house tends to be the house that everybody wants to kind of come hang out at, spend a whole lot of time around the kitchen table.
I get the question a lot, is Lainey's accent real or is it
Oh, I
affected?
know.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, that's real.
It's real. Yeah.
I'm from a town of 300 people in northeast Louisiana, a little town called Baskin. When there wasn't anything to do, we'd sit around the kitchen table and we'd just tell the same old stories, but it was the kind of stories that got better every single time you heard them. And that right there is really where I got my love for storytelling.
I've told y'all about my
Tell Derry to
my
avoid me.
13th birthday party. So we had just moved schools, me and my sister. Mama was trying to make sure that we made friends. So my birthday party was coming up. We were gonna have slip and slides and water games and whatever. She sent out invitations to the entire school, 8th grade through 12th grade. And on the front of that dang invitation it said, "Come prepared to get wet, wild, and nasty."
Country music was really more than just a genre for me and my family. Like, we lived out the lines to those country songs. And songwriting, it's just me, it's a part of me. Even if I was a school teacher back home in Louisiana, I'd be coming home every single day writing music because I just can't escape it.
We had a 2A write after we met.
We were both a little hungover.
Very.
Perfect time to write.
But it was like therapy with her. I was like, I didn't feel pressure. We wrote a song called Lazy Boy.
I've had my fair share of them.
They ain't ever wasted when a girl lays back in her lazy boy. It was awesome.
All these people around this kitchen table, I have written many a songs with every single one of them. And it's so crazy how fast you can actually really get to know somebody that you write a song with. And then when you write 100 songs with that person, you have a bond that is just cannot be broken.
I literally cried the first night that I met you. I went to see Casey Tyndall because she and I had been working together for about a year at that point. And Lainey was playing around with her. And she played Dreamcatcher, and I started crying in the bar and got chills all over my body, and that has never happened to me.
Wow.
And I was just like, I gotta talk to this girl. And so I just said, whatever you need, call me.
That's
and then
great.
about a month later, she hit me up and was like, hey, I need some demos done.
That's awesome.
And that was 5 years ago.
And that was my
Here we
EP.
are.
When I moved here in August of 2011, I knew one person, and he was from my hometown. He had this dream of wanting to be a songwriter, producer, and my grandfather actually gave him the money, gave him like $300 to help him move to Nashville and get started. So as a favor in return, years later, in 2011, he let me move my camper trailer into his yard, and I lived there for free for 3 years. Immediately, I knew just from that whole situation, like working out, that I needed to make sure that I was kind to everybody because they might not remember my song that I played at that writer's night or my songwriting, but they are going to remember how I made them feel. And of course, I've had moments where I've been like, what am I doing? But never once have I ever said, I've got to pack it up and go home.
Trying to get my foot in the door, just writing with people on Music Grove, nobody really wanted to give me a shot. It was me, you, and Casey writing, and you texted Troy at Sony ATV.
I called him. I said, you either need to get down here and sign this girl right now or I'm walking her across the street to Warner Brothers. That's what I did.
Yep,
They called you.
yep.
Yeah, the rest is history.
The day I met you was the day you signed. There wasn't a language barrier in the writer's room, which made it really easy, and we grew up not too far from each other, all of us, I guess, But yeah, fast friends. You do that to people though. You got some magic around you.
I moved to town in August of 2011, and I looked around and I'd see people who moved here a few months ago just all of a sudden have a publishing deal, have a record deal. But I've always just kind of been like, you know what, this is my story. And I always think back to that kind of stuff. I'm like, no, if you want something bad enough, then no plan B. Plan A's got to work.
And that may be one of the things that draws people so much to you, that's so magnetic, is being unafraid and not being defiant, but just being unapologetic and unafraid.
I like that.
Because you're like
Well,
me.
half the time I might be afraid, but I'm gonna act like I'm not.
Right.
Forrest Whitehead has always just been a big supporter of mine. He's also from Louisiana. He also moved to Nashville in a camper trailer, so we were like trailer buddies. But he was producing Kelsey Ballerini at the time, and he made a call to ASCAP, Robert Fieldhart over there, and they ended up putting me in this GPS program, which kind of introduced me to Nashville and Music Row and the publishers, and really kind of got the buzz going. But also at this time, I ended up meeting my manager, Madeline Monchik, and it's having those people like Forrest, like Mandolin, people in your corner like that who will fight for you. And I can't imagine my life without them. I know, like, you know, things can be here today, gone tomorrow. Nothing ever stays the same. But I know that I'm really dang grateful for them right now. It's going to make me emotional, but I feel like I've been preparing for the race. And I finally entered it, and now I'm about to run it.